This is a stimulus update and daily news report. I'm going to give you the latest updates of what's going on with the federal $300 monthly stimulus checks, the $1,000 stimulus checks that are going out now. Also, the food prices are continuing to rise. I'll give you the latest update of when the food prices can potentially go back down, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. And just got back from our camping trip. I'll tell you all about it later on in the video. But first, food prices are going up and at levels Americans haven't seen in decades. So because of the war going on in Ukraine and Russia invading Ukraine, it's creating a global food shortage and food crisis everywhere in the world, including in the US. Take a look at this video clip explaining more.
Okay, real talk. What is up with needing to refinance your mortgage every time you go to the grocery store lately? Am I right? The prices at the grocery stores lately are bananas. Not about just bananas, by the way. But what you may not know is that a lot of this tracks back to Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukraine. Listen up, because the problem could get worse. Ukraine is nicknamed the breadbasket of Europe because the country produces about 10% of the world's wheat and 14% of its corn and half of its sunflower oil. So Russia and Ukraine together typically export more than 25% of the world's wheat. So between the war and the sanctions, food prices have spiked. And some experts are sounding the alarm about a global food shortage and increase in world hunger that could impact our own kitchen tables right here at home. I want to talk about this with Joseph Glauber. He's a senior research fellow for the International Food Policy Research Institute, and I'm so happy to have him here with me. Joseph, thanks for being here. We got to talk about Russia's attack and how it will potentially cast a dark shadow over other parts of the globe when it comes to food insecurity. There will be important ramifications for the Middle East, for Africa, North Africa, and Sub-Saharan Africa in particular. Explain to our viewers, if you can, quickly and concisely, how exactly that is.
Sure. First, before even the war in Ukraine started, commodity markets were already at very high levels. So prices for wheat and corn and soybeans and other agricultural commodities were at the highest level in probably the last 10 years. Ukraine and Russia are, as you say, very important exporters in the world markets, accounting for almost 30% of wheat and a large portion of the corn and sunflower oil that's traded. And so sharply curtailed exports from that coming out of that region have sent prices even higher over the last 6 weeks. And these are globally traded commodities. So prices are felt, or high prices are felt by everyone. But as you say, that particularly those countries that import a lot of those commodities directly from Russia and Ukraine, so countries in North Africa, in the Middle East, where wheat accounts for much as 35% of their calories, they're seeing prices go through the roof for bread prices and things like that. And they import most of that wheat.
But this will impact Americans right here at home. When global hunger happens, we get impacted here in America. But also, sudden price and cost in food, this can lead to social unrest. I mean, this is essentially led to the Arab uprising, the Arab Spring that we all saw. Should that happen here, what does a food shortage look like here domestically? And how does this happening all across the globe, how does it impact our kitchen tables here at home?
Yeah, well, again, food inflation, when we look at the February numbers, they were the highest level since 1981. Up food at home up 8.6% year over year. So that's a lot. Now, I would say that the commodity prices are probably a small part of that. We also look at energy and labor and other things that are all seeing these strong inflationary trends. But if you look at, say, a loaf of bread, about 5%, just 5% of that is actually the cost of the wheat. And, you know, if you look over the last year or 18 months or so, wheat prices are up almost double, but flour prices up 12%, bread prices up 6.5% or so. It's not a problem of availability here in the U.S. Food will be here, but it's just going to be more costly. And that's particularly a concern for poor households.
Let me know down in the comments below, have you seen food prices go up? Have you seen certain items not in stock anymore? Let me know your thoughts on all of that down in the comments below. We usually shop at Costco. Haven't really seen too many shortages or increased food prices as much. We go to the grocery store once in a while though, so I haven't really seen it much here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, but I'm really curious about your area. Let me know down in the comments below. Next, Congress mulls $300 monthly stimulus to car owners to combat high gas prices. So gas prices continuing to go up. We see oil and gas prices sort of go down a little bit, up a little bit, but overall just really high. And the federal $300 monthly stimulus checks, which is really just a $100 monthly stimulus check, which is going to give an extra $100 for dependents. So that's where the 300 comes from. Still in Congress, hasn't moved forward. It was proposed by Democrats. No Republicans have endorsed it yet. So in terms of this stimulus package or stimulus check, doesn't seem like it's moving forward anytime soon. Just wanted to give you that update. And a new stimulus check worth $1,000 will be offered to the citizens. So this is just talking about the $1,000 monthly checks that are going out in New York under the Creatives Rebuild program. So that's the one that's going out to artists. And then one in Los Angeles, the Breathe program, which is going out to, I think it's 3,000 LA citizens there. So it's talking about those monthly guaranteed income, universal basic income checks. And then student loan payments 2022 repayment freeze has just weeks to be extended or huge monthly payments will resume. So May 1st, student loan payments are going to resume. We haven't heard of any type of extension of another 3 months yet. I don't know if it'll happen. Should it happen, though? Let me know your thoughts on that. Student loans, should it be extended? Should student loan borrowers have to pay it? Should it be forgiven? No talks of being forgiven as well, no forgiveness. And then guaranteed income pilot relieves some financial stress for student parents. So this is going on in New Mexico. There's been, I think, 1 or 2 programs. Basically, this article is just talking about how it's helped their community and the people who receive the universal basic income. Really not much new news there. And then in a stunning victory, Amazon workers on Staten Island vote for a union. So a union, the first Amazon union has been created. This could cause a domino effect for Amazon. Take a look at this video clip right here explaining more.
We got the juggler. We went for the juggler. And we went for the top dog because we want every other industry, every other business to know that things have changed. We going to unionize. We're not going to quit our jobs anymore. To the first union in American history.
Yeah! Wait a minute. We got to thank Amazon because they made this all possible.
Today, Amazon workers at a Staten Island warehouse successfully voted to unionize. That is the first time that has ever happened at any of the company's U.S. facilities. It may be one of the biggest wins for organized labor in a generation, and it was a battle that was fought tooth and nail. It's not the only Amazon warehouse trying to unionize right now, as we've covered here on the show before. In Bessemer, Alabama, they just had a do-over election after the first was invalidated. The results are still too close to call, with over 400 contested ballots remaining. Now, in response to the successful election in New York, Amazon issued a statement that reads in part, quote, "We're disappointed with the outcome of the election in Staten Island because we believe having a direct relationship with the companies is best for our employees." They also indicated they're considering filing objection based on what they say they saw as undue influence by the National Labor Relations Board, among other options. But this comes amid an incredible shift towards labor militancy across the country. And this victory against Amazon could spell a broader shift in the long decline of organized labor here in the U.S.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Amazon should be completely unionized? Are you for unions, against unions? Let me know your thoughts on that. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, I want to tell you the one thing that you can do to yourself. Be kind, be smart, and also you have to be kind to your mommy, your daddy, or your brother, or sister, or anything that you want. And also you have to be kind to yourself.
Thank you so much for watching. So we went camping Friday and Saturday, got back late Saturday night. We didn't want to do that night just because my wife has to work a 24-hour shift today, Sunday. But we had a good time. The kids were playing, having so much fun with all of their friends. The tent that we got worked out really well. It was spacious. The only thing was it got so cold and we weren't prepared for the cold when sleeping at night. I think it got down to the high 30s and everybody was just freezing. We were just really cold. I was cold. I could barely sleep. I was up from 2 to 5 just because it was too cold for me. But anyways, let me know. Have you ever camped before? What do you do when it's really cold? Do you like camping? Let me know down in the comments below. We had a good time. If you want to check out any of my other videos, you could click up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for watching.